Hi, Mark T. the Handyman here. Today we're going to take a look at the Hoover Power Scrub XL carpet cleaner and some of the problems you might have while you're trying to clean your carpet. Hopefully we'll be able to give you some pointers and get through that and get that carpeting cleaned. The first one is low suction, that it's not picking up the water. So let's check into that. So when you have low suction, it's because you're not getting the water sucked up that you're distributing out. And the most common cause of that is right here at this tank. What'll happen is as you're doing the carpeting, the dirty water comes up and it takes this little float right here and it pushes it up. And when that little float gets pushed up like that, what it'll do is it'll prevent air from going through this passage right here, and it'll make a different kind of sound. You should notice the sound along with the pressure not being there. To solve that problem, you need to take the tank off, which is fairly simple, and then go empty it. And to empty it, you would just take the cover off and then dump it out. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that you clean this out before you bring it back. And especially you want to clean this little filter out here, because if this is plugged, that'll also cause a low suction to happen on your Hoover carpet cleaner. So that's what we got to do. And then we just put it all back together. And that's simple enough. It just slides in there, hooks in there, and then we'll put that back. But before we do that, there's another problem that you could have where you're going to have a low suction pressure is right here in this front panel here that sucks the water up. What'll happen is that'll get pretty dirty and you'll get dog hair and just dirt and all that kind of stuff in there, and you need to clean that out. And the best way is to take it to a sink, and usually I got my utility sink or slop sink, and we just push that water back down and try to get that all back. But sometimes that just doesn't work. So what I do, I have an air compressor. If you don't have an air compressor, you might be able to get it with a small thin brush. But you would take it, this is how I do it. I just take the air from the air compressor and I push it through. And if you notice, it gives you a little bit of allowance to put your pressure hose inside there, and you can get most of it off just like that. I definitely recommend that you clean this often, especially after you're done, because you don't want it to dry up in there. But you'd be surprised how much, if you've got an animal of some sort or a real dirty carpeting, how that'll just get all mucked up with stuff. So, and it's easy to put it back. There's these little clamps right here, and they hook on right to the bottom, and you just push that right back. And then you put this back, and this will go actually this way, and it clamps in right there. They got these little clamps here, not really clamps, but pieces that fit right in there, and you push that. And you want to make sure you hear that click, because that causes problems in other different ways. And that's sometimes, if you don't get that in perfect, there's a problem. You can't just leave it like that. You have to click it in and almost give it a push. Also, another common problem with it not picking up water is sometimes this just doesn't seat right. There might be something in there. This is where the hose goes, and if that's not fully seated, it's going to suck the air through there versus through here. So that's what you need to check that. And that's not very common, but you just never know. It might be something just stuck like that, keeping that open, and it doesn't allow it to suck the water through the fitting here. The next common problem is that you're not dispensing any water, spraying it on the carpeting while you're trying to clean. And that usually happens in many cases, and I've seen it happen with me, that this didn't seat down right. You put it in there and it just didn't get in there right. You've got to make sure that that's nice and tight, because if it's not, it will not dispense the water. It'll sense that that's not in properly. Another thing that would cause this to not dispense water properly is you've run out of water. If you're not paying attention and you're doing all this cleaning and this is getting filled up, but then you run out of water, there's no water to be dispensed. So that's another problem you got to look out for. Make sure your cap is tight when you put the water in. Usually I put warm water in, not hot water. Another thing that you want to make sure is that your soap dispenser is in the right spot, is in there nice and tight. Just like that. And this comes out fairly easy to put new water in. You just take it out, and this doesn't get too dirty, but if it does, you want it to be clean. Make sure all this is clean too. Another common problem for water that's not being dispensed properly is that the pump isn't primed. And what you want to do is you want to let the pump cleaner come down and then prime the pump. And the way you prime the pump is you just push this button right here for about 30 to 60 seconds, and you should start to see the water coming out. But that's another common problem that I've had in the past. But you, like, again, you will not dispense water if it's upright. It has to be pulled down a little bit. And when I say pull down, you want to release it from right here. And then push this button here, and that'll prime that pump. Another common problem is the brushes will not spin properly. And what you want to do is you want to take those brushes out, and the way you do that is you lower your handle, take out your dirty water container, take this piece off, and then you want to take these brushes out. These brushes get dirty and they will not allow the unit to spin properly. They spin like this. There's a motor. This is a little bit dirty here. You just push these two buttons down right here, and this comes right out. And here's the mechanism that turns the brushes there. They should turn fairly easy. These actually are somewhat dirty, although I did just clean them. I just did some carpet cleaning today, and I cleaned them off, but they still got a little bit of dirt on them. But what'll happen is this will get so clogged it can't move, and it just locks that up. In some cases, if these get old enough and ragged enough, you can replace these. These are actually getting pretty close to that. We do use this a lot. We've got a dog that sheds a little bit. Just want to pull everything that you can possibly get out of there, because it doesn't take much of dog hair and other kind of cat hair, whatever, clog that up and lock that into place. And again, there's the motor right there that it fits into, and it just won't be able to move that. And sometimes if you let it go long enough, it'll hurt the motor too, so you don't want to do that. And to get this back in, you just line that up. It only goes in one way, and it's got a little bit of flexibility, but it won't come out. And then you put this back together, of course. Right here, they fit into these slots. They go right there, and then it just kind of fits into place. And again, you want to hear that click. Another thing that I forgot to tell you was there's a little screen in here that you want to keep clean. This just comes out here, and this comes out there. That screen is right here. You want to keep that clean. It doesn't come out. You just kind of have to brush it off. But I've seen that where that just plugs solid with cat hair and dog hair. So you want to keep that clean. And like I said, you really should clean this every time as soon as you get done cleaning the rug to make it work properly when you get ready to clean the carpet again. Again, there's that push. And this is the carpet cleaner in the upright position. By the way, it will not operate in the upright position. Anytime you do any work on this too, probably a good idea to just unplug it rather than monkey with it. Another common problem that I've had with this particular unit, and I hear it's a problem with a lot of the units, is water leakage. This time sometimes we'll get just where the little O-ring isn't in the right spot and it'll leak. And if you let it go, it'll leak on here, it'll catch it. But if you put it on the floor, it'll leak on the floor. That's happened a couple times where I had to clean that up a little bit or touch it up a little bit. It's the same thing here. Water will leak if this isn't in the right position or this isn't quite closed properly. So you want to make sure you keep everything nice and locked and clean too, because if dirt gets on that little O-ring there, it will not seal it properly. It just seals it. Little O-ring seals this whole thing together. And again, make sure everything's nice and tight. Some other problem that you might have if you're using the hose fixture on the carpet cleaner is if you don't have this in position properly. This only goes in one way, and you want to make sure that the water dispenser is in the right spot and nice and tight. If that's loose, that'll leak and will not spray properly. So you want to push that in there, make sure it's locked. And once it locks in there, it's pretty good. There we go. And of course, you've got the spray on this side. The water sprays right out of there, and then this goes together, and here's where you're administering the water right here, and it'll come through there and you can scrub that. That actually works pretty good. It's not exactly what I'd call super high tech or anything like that, but it works pretty good, and it comes apart fairly easy also. Just flip that off, and then here you push that button and just take it out. There's the button that locks it in place. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up or a like. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And don't forget to comment. I really do want to hear from you. Thanks for watching.